Yo, 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 what is going on, IK fam? BN, back again as per usual. Oh, man, I am so excited. Once again, because we are finally getting some patch 1.4 highlights. There are, oh my, I mean, just in this teaser alone, there are already so many big things that I want to talk about. And the official patch notes haven't even come out yet. And it's got me so hyped. Honestly, two of the new events, and more specifically, one of the new events, is, in my opinion, one of the best things they could have added into IK, given two of the previous debuffs that we've seen. This is kind of a way to, like, tail it back a little bit, and we're going to dive into that and so much more. So let's start off first with the Facebook post that we saw here from the 1.4 highlights, which is here, Melantheos is here to introduce the new 1.4 update for you all. There will be two new events, a new Shadow Immortal Bowman, a new and improved Illusion Battlefield, as well as improvements to many other areas of the game. Venture out with your alliance to clear out gnome core furnaces, participate in the Battle of Asteria to defend Norheim against strange creatures, welcome a new Shadow Immortal with terrifying skills, step into the newly improved Illusion Battlefield, so many surprises in 1.4. So you'll see in the highlights there's a new Immortal, Shadow. Illusion Battlefield has been getting an update and a fine-tune, which again, shout out to IK for opening up seasonal event channels on the official IK Discord, along with an Illusion Battlefield channel to get feedback, and also for reports to be made, people to show off their scores. But again, a great way to still engage with the community after an event finishes to get immediate real-time feedback from players on how an event went. Cannot say enough good things about that. Then you have the two new big events that are going to be coming, which more or less are probably going to be server-wide S. And you have Internal Assault and Battle of Asteria. So really excited. Let's go ahead and show these off, because, oh boy, they are excitamundo. So let's start by just getting outside the map real quick so we can show off some of these things. Now let's start with the new Immortal. So let's go here, and I want to show off Himiko. So Himiko with the new Immortal is a Shadow Epic backline for Bowman. And let's take a look at the skill. Inflicts magic damage. Low end is 290.7, high end is 570. To all enemy units, if the number of targets is more than 2, the enormous energy will rip open the space and pulls a unit with highest troop number into the void. While in the void, enemy cannot attack or use spell, nor be targeted by any normal attack or spell. The only thing we don't know here is how long does the troop stay in the void? Is it forever until the match ends? Is it 5 to 10 seconds? We don't know that. I'm sure we'll figure that out later. And I'm sure some content or context might be additionally added here, but one thing that it is missing. So let's talk about the skill. Again, this is an AoE skill. 570 is decent power. And then you also have them removing a target march or troop from the battle. Right? That means that it not only is a skill in AoE, but it takes away a unit to create a 4v3 situation, most likely by the time the first skill is used. So again, maybe at the higher levels this could proc maybe 2 to 3 times, depending, but still, I think on paper the skill looks really good, and it also just allows for Shadow to round out its comp a little bit more as some more epics are being introduced. Now, how can you attain Himiko? This is going to be in Thea's Roulette, similar to how Siegfried is there and others, again, which is the wheel event, so pretty much no shock there. Next, let's talk about, I like this new bug thing, and if this has already been there, this is just the first time I'm noticing it, but I like in the Pioneer server how they added this, so if you need to report a bug, super easy, and it's in front of your face, you don't have to go to some roundabout way to do it. Now, let's talk about the meat and butter of it all, which is going to be Infernal Assault and Battle of Asteria. So, I want to say they came out with these events in the Pioneer server just to kind of give a 24-hour testing period, because you can see that if you look forward on the calendar, you have Infernal Assault here, which is a 3-day event, right? It shows from the 25th to the 27th. So that is nice to see, that the event is going to be lasting longer than just kind of the testing 1-day period. And like I said, I think this is just an impromptu thing because of how the Pioneer server is going to last up until the 1.4 update. So let's start with Infernal Assault. And this is why I want to talk about how awesome these events are. Infernal Assault, after looking at both of the events and getting a brief understanding of them, in my opinion, is probably going to arguably be the best new event that is added from this update. Now, Battle of Asteria is great as well, but I just think there's a little more upside to Infernal Assault, and I'm going to explain why. So let's show off the event. Infernal Assault, let's first click on information. find the Crusader camp, gather up the rally, destroy sub-facilities, destroy the core furnace. So you're going to find a Crusader camp. After joining an alliance, select target level for the Crusader camp and find it. Pay attention on team communication, make arrangements, and focus the firepower to assault the Crusader camp. You can only attack the core furnaces after you destroy the sub-furnaces, destroy the core furnace, crush the gnome's plan, and obtain a bunch of rewards. So here's the rules, and let's talk about rewards. You search for a function. After you successfully destroy the furnace, you continue searching for the next furnace. If a core furnace is not destroyed, it will be hidden again for 60 minutes, which I imagine kind of goes into a period of sustain, or not sustain, but downtime or lull. When you find a core furnace, you can invite alliance members to team up and go destroy it. You can also join the group invitation initiated by other members. We're going to show those as well. After a member joins the team will obtain a buff. We'll show that too. The more members in the team, the more powerful the buff effect is. There are many subsidiary facilities in the core. The higher level the furnace, the more sub-facilities will be around it. And subsequently, I think the more amount of members will be able to join the rally or the joint attack on it. Now, how do rewards work? After destroying the surrounding facilities, all team members will receive rewards. After destroying the core furnace, a reward will be distributed in proportion to the damage caused by each team member. After destroying the core furnace, it will provide contribution points for the alliance. We'll show that as well. The higher the level of the furnace destroyed, the more contribution points you will get. And then, after the event ends, ranking will be done according to the alliance's contribution points and rewards issued at the end. So this is cool because it's a server-wide alliance competition event. Love this. So now let's show off what is the event, right? How does it work? So, as you could see, I had clicked go on here, and I summoned a level 1 because I hadn't attacked anything yet. Now, it spawns right next to you, which is absolutely fantastic. Similar to how gnomes would spawn next to you, except these ones most likely spawn closer. Now, you have to attack the 4 outside furnaces or the sub-facilities first before you can get the main one, right? As an example, you can attack it by yourself if I just click attack. Or I can, or excuse me, where am I going for this? Is it, here we go. So we'll view, that's what I had to do. So you can view, you can invite someone, and I can send an invitation in the alliance channel via a share link, and I'll show you here. Some people have already done it. Let me scroll up, right? So here you go. Attacking level 3, right? It'll show you. Or you can invite players individually. If you see someone who's online, which is really cool because you can see who's online if you want to invite an individual player. Like, let's say you just have a team of people you want to run the event with. Awesome way to do that. Now let's talk about the buffs. The buffs are pretty standard, right? You get all of these buffs if you have at least 2 team members. I would imagine that once you attack a higher level furnace, right, it could similarly work in a way, and we can actually confirm this as well. Let's see if we can go to Alliance Chat and scroll up. Let's see how many people... Oh, so the invitation expired. Okay. So I would imagine, though, my soft assumption is that the higher the level of the furnaces, the more amount of players you can join. For level 1, you can only have 2. Level 2 will be 3. 4 and 5, right, will work your way up for 4 and 5 players that you can have there respectively, or I guess up to 4. So again, allows for you to add more players, most likely, as you raise the level. So the buffs that you get, let's talk about that. You get physical defense, magic defense, crit rate, physical damage, magic damage, and troop HP increase, right? As long as you have 2 people, you get these buffs going for it. Again, it's just going to make the job that much easier. Now, let's go back and show off some of the rewards before we get to the final piece. So these are rewards that you get based on how your alliance ranks in the event, right? You'll see the contribution points that you get as well. First place gets 500 green gems for everyone in your alliance, 3 philo stones, 200k gold, not bad, and then you get 5,000 scroll XP. I'll be honest, I wish the rewards were a little bit better, right? I'd love to see them. I'm always a big fan because of just how Hall of Immortals is set up. I like when they offer you like 9 times philo stones, so you can at least do a full pull, right? So again, even though I'd like the rewards to be a little bit better, it's still free rewards. Now let's talk about this, right? So again, you have 60 minutes to attack it before it goes up to the next level. Now, let's show you what I believe is by far the most important part of this event, which is that if you didn't see it already, you get gold. This, in my opinion, is what makes this event single-handedly, arguably probably is going to be the new best event for spending action points on, right? Outside of double rewards. Mainly because you can get gold now when you attack the sub facilities, which again, you're going to have to attack all 4, which at a level 1 is going to get you 10k gold. And then when you do the victory on the core furnace, you're going to arguably get this amount of gold as well. So you're looking at anywhere from 30, about 10 to 30,000 gold that you could arguably get, right? Again, for the first victory, you'll get this. After that, right, it becomes 2K. So again, you're looking at maybe about 30K for the first, and you're looking at about 12K for consecutives. But keep in mind, when you get higher in the core furnace levels, you're then going to be able to get more gold from them. So that's why I say this event is going to be pretty awesome, right? It's also going to give you some XP scrolls, some dragon speed ups, and then some other shards. But still, the fact that you can get gold from this event is by far just mind-blowingly amazing because, like we've talked about before, right, with the previous debuffs they did, lowering down gold that you get from the capital cities, lowering the overall amount of gold you get from COR, changing it from a flat rate of special tiles to based on the amount of overall players that are participating in COR, that bases how many special tiles spawn. So the fact that they're giving you another avenue to get gold from, right, is great, right? I mean, again, it's still probably on the lower end, right? It's still kind of a downside, but it's at least making up a little bit of that traction from the previous debuffs they've done on gold to now adding in other things to give you more gold. So again, I still take it as a win. I don't think it's there yet, but I still love the fact that they're giving you this event to do that with. So absolutely awesome, extremely excited. Now let's talk about the second event. The second event is going to be Battle of Asteria. Now, Battle of Asteria is pretty simple and straightforward, right? You have there's 6 difficulty levels that you can do, and let's show off how this works, right? So personal challenge, during the event period, you can perform the personal challenge at any time. There are 6 difficulties, and each difficulty is divided into 30 levels, right? The first 2 difficulties are unlocked by default, and subsequent levels require you to complete the previous difficulty in turn. In higher difficulty challenges, you may need to deploy more than one team at a time. We're going to show that as well. Challenge difficulty cannot be changed easily after it is selected. Only when you fail a level for the first time, the system will give you the option to change the difficulty. Complete challenge. The maximum of 2 challenges can be performed during the event. After the event ends, the open challenge difficulty will be saved. There are 6 difficulty levels for alliance challenges. You need a certain number of alliance members to reach level 30, and the corresponding difficulty of the individual challenges, which means you need to get, if you want to do an alliance challenge, you have to have 25 of your members complete challenge difficulty 1 on the individual level to then move on. Now, once it unlocked, the Alliance Leader or Officer can start the challenge of Deceit Vanquisher. The difficulty of the Alliance challenge cannot be changed after the selection. The Deceit Vanquisher is divided into 6 levels per difficulty with gradually increasing strength. Alliance heroes must work together to defeat it. When the final stage of Deceit Vanquisher is defeated, the current round of the event Alliance challenge ends. Event periods. This event lasts for 3 days and opens promptly at 0 UTC on the first day. After the event opens, individual challenges will be available at any time. Event rewards. Personal challenge, normal reward. Each level's monster will drop items upon successful challenge, and the reward will be issued via mail. Personal challenge progress reward in each difficulty every 5 levels. Okay, so that's how that works. In short, basically what you do is you summon, and I'll just give you an example. So let me say I summon this. Now, this is the other big kicker. You're now going to be able to get additional artifact schematics. So now you have another way of getting artifact schematics outside of just Mysterium. A big win. So, now you have to defeat these shadow rogues, right? You can do an attack on your own, or you can do a multi-attack, which means that you can use multiple marches from your personal march reserves to attack. Not only do you get the schematics, right, but you're also, let me see what else it had here. Okay. Oh, excuse me, the multi-attack. So, oh no, we already talked about the multi-attack doing multiple garrisons. Okay, so we've covered that. Now, as you increase your level, you're eventually going to be able, every 5 levels, you'll get kind of like a milestone additional reward, right? And then you can do it that way. With the Alliance Challenge, this is most likely going to be a event where you're going to have to work with your Alliance members, probably being in one area or so where everyone has to be close and fighting. But regardless, even though there's not as much to this event as the Infernal Assault that we talked about, the fact is that it's another server-wide event where all players can participate. It's not like the Infernal Assault where it's Alliance versus Alliance rankings, but it gives you a chance to get a lot of individual awards. It gives you another chance to get schematics for those blueprints, and then you can also do Alliance challenges with your team of players that gives you another piece of content to have fun doing together. So again, these two event teasers that we're showing off right now I think are great additions. Again, I love Infernal Assault. I can't say enough about being able to add more gold into the game for you to be able to get. That is a win all around for everyone. As I said, I like the events overall. I'm sure there's going to be some fine-tuning and some tinkering that might need to be done, but I still love what the events are introducing content-wise and then material-wise or / resources that you can get as a player. And yeah, I'm just excited for when it drops. I'm sure there's going to be more content we're going to cover, even just in this video as a teaser that I was so excited to talk about. I was even so funny. I even dropped in to a voice call with a couple of our players, and I told them I was so hyped for this. And my buddy Shadow, who was in the call, he's like, "You're hyped for this?" He's like, "Usually when you're hyped for something, I'm not usually as hyped." And then after we started talking about it, he's like, "Yep, I'm hyped too." So man, it is. I'm just happy. That's all I could say. With that being said, I would love to know what you think as a player on either of the events or both of the events. Let me know what your feedback is down below in those comments. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have a different opinion? I would love to know your thoughts from anyone and everyone in those comments below. And as usual, until next time, we'll catch y'all later. Peace!